All right, we are now joined by ninth-year UNC Pembroke head coach Shane Richardson. Shane, can you give us a preview on the 2022 season for the Braves?
Yeah, we're what's interesting is you get to this time of the year and it's hard to believe that a whole year's gone by, and you feel like you just got done playing the last year's season, and you put in all the hard work in the springtime and the off season and go through summer, and now it's here again. And fall camp has been extremely quick, and when you get to this time, there's a lot of preparation that needs to go in, and very little amount of time that you have to do it. And so we're extremely excited. I think we've got a team that is very hungry to bounce back from last year. We felt like there were a few games last year that we probably left a few plays on the field, and had some close ones where we felt like we could have had a chance to win them and just weren't there yet. And we weren't mature enough to handle some of those situations, just came up short. And I think now we return with some maturity, some experience, and enough youthfulness to where it's kind of a good combination of everything. And I think, guys are really looking forward to having a great year coming up, and excited to just get back into a routine of kind of some more normalcy, even though I think we were kind of there last year. It wasn't quite there, but it feels like we're in the normal flow of football, and guys are really excited. And we returned some really good players too. We've had some all conference guys here, from the past season or two, and they're going to be back with us. Most notably our quarterback, we're really excited about, and he's got a lot of snaps under center for us, and we're looking forward to just doing a lot of good things here. And I think our team chemistry is really something that I'm excited about as well.
Questions, use the raise hand function. Jonathan, go ahead.
Yeah, Coach, you kind of hit on it a little bit, but after passing for 2,700 yards a season ago, give us a preview of the UNC Pembroke offense led by quarterback Josh Jones.
Yeah, well, the saying goes, if you've got a quarterback you feel good about, you give yourself a chance to win. And I think that's where we're at. And our coaching staff feels really good about Josh. He's been in the system now for a long time. He's a fifth-year starter coming up, and which is kind of odd to say that, but obviously with the circumstances that were presented with for all of us in the past couple of years, he affords that opportunity. So, but he's able to engineer the offense and know it well, know what we're looking for, and is able to communicate that to his teammates too. His work ethic is really one of the highest on the teams and on our team, and can't say enough about just his opportunity to be very, very productive for us. And so, not to only focus on Josh, I think we have other parts of the offense that are going to be really, really good. Our running game has come a long way. Last year, it was not where it needed to be, and we've made significant improvements there. Up front, we have really just added some pieces and make sure that the standard is extremely high up front for how we're going to play at the O-line position. And then, of course, our receivers and the weapons that I think Josh is going to be able to have to be able to use. I think, we're going to have 4 guys that return in terms of catches from last year. And we're really excited about all of them, and got some young guys that'll even fall into the mix as well. And I can't say enough for how excited I am to just watch our offense go out there and execute and really put us in a position to help win games this year.
You kind of took my next question. Talk about that running game, ranked near the bottom of the league last year. Talk about that running back room in trying to maybe balance the offense a little more this season.
No doubt. Well, I think, Chris, what happens is you kind of have a season where you can refer back to some statistics and look at the productivity. And if you've got guys that are competitive and you got guys that are hungry and want to step up to the challenge, it's a great challenge out there for them. And I think that's what it's done, is it's made that room extremely kind of have a chip on their shoulder. They're hungry. They want to prove something. And I think that's just kind of where we're at there. And I think it's a good thing because there's a lot of momentum. And they're putting last year behind them. Obviously, you can't dwell on the past. We've got to move forward. But, every year you have a whole new team and you have a whole new personality and a whole new dynamic of who you're going to be. And I think with that particular part of our offense and even that room in terms of our running backs, it's going to be very much improved.
Go ahead, Jonathan.
Switching over to the defensive side of the ball, give us an early season assessment of the defensive play during camp and kind of who's risen on that side of the ball as a team leader.
Yep. So defensively, I think we've got a great chance to be really well-rounded. I think, we kind of lost some guys from last year's team on defense. And what I think about the defense from this fall camp so far is they've really gelled in terms of kind of all being on the same page. In terms of leadership, I think there's kind of balanced leadership across the board. Sometimes you don't have that just alpha leader that emerges per se, but you have kind of some cohesive leaders that are all kind of sharing the load. And I think that's kind of where we're at a little bit more. I think there's some good veteran examples and guys that are speaking up, but it's not necessarily one guy. I think from the defensive line position, we've got Isaiah Robinson, we've got Brandon Spencer, Austin Chavis is going to be a guy that returns snaps for us. And, those guys set a great example. And then, we're trying to get guys that are younger to try to follow that and work up into the mix as well. Linebacker wise, Evan Van Meter is a guy that was injured last year and he's coming back and he's got a great leadership presence about him. Of course, he's got a lot to prove on the field still, but just has a good voice and is able to do the right things to get us lined up and know what we're supposed to be doing. Jaden Richardson returns in terms of having a lot of snaps. Sean Hill has a lot of snaps. And so, that linebacker core right there, they're going to be very well-rounded. And then, of course, DBs. We've got Dante Bolding, who returns as an all-conference type of guy. Virgil Lemons and Latrell Juiceum. Those guys return from getting snaps last year. And so they all kind of share the load, truly. And I think the more and more they can continue to gel and we find the right guys to continue to rotate in and out and keep guys fresh. And, of course, you got to stay healthy. I mean, that's a challenge for everybody at this level. And, I really look forward to seeing those guys come together. And I think we're going to have a chance to play solid defense this year.
Okay. One more. The commissioner noted at least 4 more years within the Mountain East Conference. This is your 3rd year playing in this league. Just talk about the level of football since joining the league.
Well, it's very competitive. I mean, obviously, we've been able to, I would use the word compete. We've been able to compete against teams. Some teams we've struggled against. Some teams we've been able to obviously come out on the winning side. But I think it's a league where you've got to bring your best every weekend. And obviously, we're looking forward to kind of getting over the hump. And, we're picked 4th this year. I think it's kind of been that way the last couple of times. And, we gotta try to, emerge to get over that spot right there. And, preseason polls, I mean, that's something where, you can't look into them. You've got to make sure that it's definitely in the game of football and in one season that you're playing, it's how you finish. And you got to be able to bring your competitive spirit and what you're going to do every single week. And it's got to be how you play, and it's not who you play every week. And you got to focus on what you're supposed to do, and you got to do that week after week. And if you can do that for 11 games straight, and obviously hopefully more, gives you a chance to play great football. And that's what we're looking forward to doing in a very competitive league.
Thanks, Coach. We'll let you go. I appreciate you joining us this afternoon.
Thank you, Chris. Thank you, Jonathan. Have a great day.
You.